you try to use a way of asking and then further pushing it and crossing boundaries and then using that to weaponize and hurt people. And even if you realize that you're not hurting, your attention is there, guess what? Delivery matters. There are other ways to communicate. Everyone has fucking feelings. Everyone has fucking feelings and everyone has fucking boundaries. I can't change nobody. I only can change myself.
Okay, I look funny, but whatever, here's the angle. I feel like I look like this girl right now. The Mona Lisa, like, I look like Mona Lisa. Hold on. I know I don't look like her right now, but that's how I feel. It gotta get worse, or it's gonna get bad before it gets better, and that's luckily how I feel right now. There's a lot of realizations. I know I probably will realize and feel a bit, and feel a lot more into it later on. A little bit more of sense in the future. Like I actually have like hope, and I have my foot right now in the present, even though both feet were still, like it's like I'm trying to grasp out of the past, which is what, like, my body's still in the past, but I could have a foot in the present, and also just finally planning out a future that I didn't even know I was gonna make it to. Like, I really didn't think I was gonna make it this far. I like what the fuck. It's scary, I'm not gonna lie, because like I said, I don't even know, like, how am I even here? I know my strength and everything got me here, but sometimes it's like I'm not broken. I need this, and change is important, and that's just part of everybody. And yeah. Okay, bye. I could a lot. There was just so many emotions, so many things going on. The best I could say is that sometimes it's like it could feel like a movie. I don't know, I just feel like emotionally, like right now I just feel relief and like happiness and like trying not to get emotional right now. I'm literally underneath my bed sheets, bro. But yeah, a lot came up. A lot of random things, a lot of things that I didn't realize were really connected and whatnot. But it wasn't bad. I was nervous. And it wasn't bad. This is the first day though, so I'm really tired. I want a freaking pizza right now, but I'm gonna knock out and sleep, and yeah. Hello. So this is actually a re-recording of another one I had. I'll probably attach some clips about like the last 2 days after EMDR, but and events before the EMDR, like before this big EMDR session. So it is Friday. I did EMDR on Wednesday. The first day I was just really sick. I got really sick. I felt like I caught the flu, and also just really tired and drained. Thursday also was like another draining day, which is I felt sick. I still feel like I have the flu, but I did try to get up. I did try to do things that will help me make me feel better, such as going on a walk, drinking water, and talking to people the most that I can, because my social energy is looking kind of down. But I was also not going to force myself to do things. And yeah, today is Friday. I feel better. Right now it's just a lot of rumination thoughts and feeling like reflecting a little bit today. Also revelations, just realizing some things, noticing some things, especially how some situations change. And I think today I just kind of want to talk about choosing to go back to therapy, and why therapy, I guess, works for people and what doesn't work for people, and why you choose to work on yourself. Like, why is this choice of going to therapy is actually you choosing to help yourself, and not just going to therapy because, oh, if I just sit there and I listen and I'm cured and that's it. No, therapy is beyond that. So where do I begin? When somebody told me the therapy isn't working because obviously I was not getting any better, well, first things first, I am getting better. Like, breaking news, I'm getting better. Okay, how does getting better look like? So getting better looks like different. It looks different to everybody. Looking better or seeming like I'm getting better doesn't mean I am smiling, I am laughing, I am all this stuff around. Getting better for me was in making the decision of going to therapy, showing up and doing the work. So doing the work, I am not just ranting, I am not just talking about something like just how my day was. I'm talking about things that actually did affect me. I'm talking about things that I didn't realize were like traumatizing. Also, you can see me there. I'm dead. I'm not gonna fixate on that. Getting better is going to therapy, showing up and doing the work. What is this like? Admitting things that bring me shame, admitting things that make me feel like I'm wrong for trying to feel away. Work is also placing boundaries. Doing work is things that people in like healthy and like, you know, encouraging households or like secure attachments their whole lives or when they're younger. Doing the work is, even though it's kind of shameful or people don't want to admit it, that they don't know how to do it in adulthood, doing the work is admitting it and doing that. Doing things that were always promoted to other people, things that I promote to other people, and I could never see why I wasn't able to do that for myself. And admit that obviously the issue in me is deeper, and I cannot deny that I went through things that I shouldn't have gone through, but it happened and I can't change the past. I can no longer deny it, I must accept it. Doing the work is, for me, and realizing I'm getting better, is grounding myself, being more present here, controlling, I guess, the spiraling. It's gotten kind of difficult now. Sorry, I still sound a little bit sick. Doing the work is actually like listening to what your therapist had to say. One of the things that I listen to my therapist is recognizing that I was just a kid who just did not grow up in a household that was just love and like carefulness and attention. I didn't get enough of that, and I feel like I never got enough of it. So there's that. And staying in a constant state of stress and realizing my hyper independence is not a normal thing. Like, it's normal for a person that's traumatized, but it's actually not a normal thing for any other human being. Doing the work for me is not resorting to dissociation. I realized that dissociating was actually just not benefiting me anymore. Dissociating is just a protective mechanism I used in childhood. This is why I probably have a lot of brain fog and a lot of memory gaps and a lot of like trauma related memory loss. It's also realizing a lot of things were not my fault, but also realizing and obviously knowing, I've been knowing since like forever, that my trauma and things I've been through does not justify any hurtful actions, and I always held myself accountable for things that I have done wrong, even when things have hurt me emotionally. And I definitely reacted in a way of that was emotionally and whatnot because I just felt betrayal, and maybe something triggered me and I didn't realize it was triggered, but it really did. Now it's just like I realized where I went wrong and I'm definitely accountable, and that doesn't justify the things I've done or things that have been done to me. It's a lot, but therapy does that for you. You start realizing that everyone's journey is different in therapy. Oh, and back to that last thing, like there's one thing I loved. It's my therapist telling me about the containment concept, in which like if I have like a sudden intrusive thought and I'm like trying to enjoy myself out, I mentally just envision myself grabbing hold of like the memory and then folding it and then putting inside like a Christmas box, and it wraps up in ribbon, and I go back to it for another day to talk about, let it be in therapy or in my room or to a friend, but that's out of my mind. So that's been so helpful. And also just reminding myself that like I just needed love as a child. I just wanted love, and teenage me probably realized that, no, not even probably, I did realize as a teenager the things that were going on with me, the things that happened to me, and feeling upset and angry and wanting revenge. But now here I am, older as an adult, just seeking peace and admitting that healing is realizing you have a lot of sadness and anger, and you just want to, like, at least for me, I had anger and sadness, but the times that I've been betrayed, times that I've been hurt, times I've been used, taken advantage of, times where I felt like I couldn't express myself, times where I was told I was not allowed to feel, times that I was told that I have to be strong, that I was weak. But the truth is that feeling is how you grow. Feeling is like, you need to feel in order to heal. Because I've dissociated so much, I numb things out. I don't even know how I feel. It's tragic, because I should have been happy. I should have been happy when I graduated. I should have been happy when I turned 21. I should have been happy other birthday parties, hanging out. But the truth is that I really felt nothing. And if I did feel something or just felt sadness, I kind of masked it with sarcasm and jokes and, you know, acting like hee hee ha ha, everything is good. And the truth is just like, I don't feel anything. And now it's just like, that's how I cope. Realizing healing and putting in the work is, you're gonna lose friends and you're gonna gain friends, and people are gonna, like, people that truly love you and truly are your friends, they're gonna understand, and they're gonna attempt to understand. They don't have to do the whole thing, the same thing as I am, just understand, but just be there for you. That's a freaking beautiful fucking thing. Putting in the work is also, for me, it's just like feeling all these emotions, no matter, even though it gets overwhelming, but I'm letting myself feel it. I'm letting myself actually, like, process it. I am processing. My body is processing all of this. It feels strange. It's hard because obviously I'm not gonna re-trigger myself. I'm not gonna re-traumatize myself. But I'm just endlessly proud of myself that, you know, I am putting the work to heal what is my inner child, heal my inner teenager, and heal my current self, heal all parts of me, because this anger and sadness and frustrations is a part of me just as much as this caring and loving and happy, you know, happiness that also lingers inside me. Because I've had moments of genuine happiness that were just always so short-lived, because unfortunately I felt like if I was happy or something, I was in danger or something bad was gonna happen. And that's literally why, you know, I literally dissociate at like graduation or recognition events and whatnot. I always put myself down. But the truth is, this is putting in the work. Putting in the work is gonna look different for everybody. Putting in the work, people are not gonna like it when you put in the work. Why? Because they don't know what it's like to put in the work, or they don't want to, and that's a choice. If you're choosing not to put in the work, you can never change as a person. You will always stay with that confirmation bias. You will always stay in your same little world and never change. There's things that I think I said in the last recording before this one. There's a lot of things I used to bother myself with. Why did they do that to me? Trying to find answers as to why somebody will hurt me. And the truth is that, you know, and this is what I read somewhere. I read, you will never understand what somebody did to you because you would never do that to somebody. Why try to make sense out of something you will never do to somebody? Especially when it's something hurtful. That's it. Unfortunately, you cannot rationalize somebody that's irrational. That's like another quote I read. Well, I believe everybody's capable of change. I think everyone's capable of change if they allow themselves and open up themselves to what is healing potentially any wounds, and also like just knowing that there's a second perspective. And I just think that, you know, to multiple perspectives is that we just need to be more empathetic and compassionate, and also like, I got too close to the camera, my bad. But I was gonna say, I forgot. Sorry, I have brain fog. And this also goes back to having grace for yourself, and obviously for other people. Obviously with certain conditions, you know, some people are just straight up assholes and dickheads that will not change for whatever reason. that will attack you back because they know that they did you wrong. They know that they did you wrong, and they choose to not get better. Why? Because they will feel threatened. They feel threatened, and they feel scared to admit that they were wrong. They cannot hold themselves accountable. But guess what? That's not your problem. That's a them problem. That's a them problem. If you can see the other perspective and you see your own, and they can accept the other side, it's not your problem, sweetie. It's their problem. I had to learn that. Not let people step on me anymore. Not let people walk over me. Place my boundaries. They choose to treat you a certain way. Well, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And I just stopped looking for those answers. And I'm glad I don't even want to figure out those answers, to be honest, because that's not a me thing. It's not my problem. I'm not gonna fix anybody. I'm not here to save anybody. If anything, all I can do is just change for myself and change my quality of life and just learn how to feel and live again. Like I said, once I got that taste of feeling alive, I don't want to stop reaching it because it feels amazing. And I think everybody should feel that one way or another. And feel free. Freedom, liberty, harmony within myself. Within me always. My mind, my soul, my body. Damn, this is crazy because I low-key started this day kind of feeling like shit, and I just feel like up here again. Like I said, this is just a little reflection. I feel like I probably am gonna get more sick again. Damn, y'all literally hear it in my voice, but it's whatever. I guess round 2 of EMDR is gonna be coming up soon. I'm gonna end the whole video out there. I know I kind of like left it in like a really bad thing. Well, not like a bad ending, but I just kind of just said what I had to say. You saw the first clips of me just fucking crying after work and this and that, and low-key what shifted me, and then going to this big ass EMDR session and just realizing that I had enough, that enough is fucking enough. Thank you. It's a vulnerable part of me. For people that I haven't talked to, whatever, you know, like this is that. Hopefully it gives you some insight. It's up to you if you want to like take in whatever got taken, but you know, for me, healing is possible. Change is possible. One session does not mean I'm fucking cured, by the way. I have a lot to work on, but this low-key taste of EMDR right now kind of feels like, it feels odd. It's weird. It's freaking weird, but it's a process. And you know, process starts with P, patience starts with P. So yeah, that's that. Take care of yourself, everybody. I will keep doing that for myself, and I love you guys. Also, I know you guys, if you guys didn't see it last week, but these are my nails. Oh, okay, let me go leave you guys alone. Bye.